We start in diplomacy. Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel is in China on a state visit to strengthen bilateral ties. The Cuban leader arrived in Beijing on Thursday. As two nations firmly adhering to the socialist path, China and Cuba have had strong ties since diplomatic relations were established in 1960. For more on that, let's cross live to our reporter Liu Jiaxing in the Chinese capital. Hello, Jiaxing. You've been following this visit very closely. Tell us more about the major items on the agenda.
Yes, Pando, at the invitation of President Xi Jinping, Miguel Diaz-Canel, First Secretary of the Communist Party of Cuba Central Committee and President of the Republic of Cuba, is on his two-day visit in China now. Diaz-Canel said the visit will focus on Cuba's political and economic priorities with the aim of alleviating the crisis and impact caused by the epidemic sweeping the world and exacerbated by the U.S. blockade. The Cuban head of state kicked off a four-nation tour on November 16. China is his final stop following his trip to Algeria, Russia, and Turkey. Cuba has battled a struggling economy since the COVID, large-scale blackouts and extensive damage caused by Hurricane Ian, which hit the island in late September, have jeopardized livelihoods and supplies. And analysts say Diaz-Canel's trip is widely seen as a mission to secure economic and energy support from long-term trade partners. China is Cuba's biggest trade partner and one of its major creditors. Cuba is China's second largest trading partner in the Caribbean and has become an active participant in the Belt and Road Initiative and the Global Development Initiative. And according to China's Ministry of Commerce, the two sides have extensive cooperation in agricultural, renewable energy, biopharmaceuticals, information and communication, as well as tourism and infrastructure. In 2021, the total trade volume between the two countries reached over $1 billion. And China and Cuba established the diplomatic relations in 1960. Just as you said, Cuba was the first Latin American and Caribbean country to establish the diplomatic ties with the People's Republic of China. And Chinese leaders often call Cuba a good brother, good comrade, and good friend. Cuba frequently supports China's stance on Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Xinjiang. Diaz-Canel is the first Latin American leader to visit China after the 20th Party Congress. President Xi has also hosted leaders from Asia, Europe, and Africa in Beijing since the Congress finished last month. Xi also held a number of diplomatic talks with global leaders during the G20 summit and the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit last week. We'll keep you posted on that. Back to you, Pandong.
Thank you very much, our reporter Liu Jiaxing in Beijing.